Hey, welcome back to my outdoor garage with E-Man Deluxe. I got a bunch of more stuff just painted on the front end. Got this painted here. The drums are all painted front and back. Some touching up to do here. Rear end almost ready to go back in, but basically I wanted to put this video together. And if you are just checking out my project for the first time, this was a Beetle that was found local to me. It's a 65 sunroof. Here, I'll show you the body. Here's the body. And I am planning on keeping a lot of this original, as in just fixing it up to get it on the road and running it as is. It was in a garage for years, and it's very original. Nothing was ever touched really, so I'll get to the body later. Just trying to finish up the chassis stuff right now, and then I'll get to this heater channels and everything. It's all braced up, and that's been done for a while. So this is just kind of waiting. I'm going to work on this in the winter. So I'll show you what I'm doing today. Alright, so the purpose of me putting this video together is I wanted to make a video of, I thought my nose cone was leaking, and ends up it's these three plugs, and there's one more on the bottom. These are 10mm plugs, and this one is an 8mm, and I found there's not much out in California. There it is. So if you have that same leak, check them out. They have a ton of these, I guess. They told me, they said they're genuine Volkswagen. I said, well, how is that, and how am I not finding a lot more? They said, well, they bought a surplus of them up, and these are all original. So I actually, and if you're looking for them, do yourself a favor. They're only like 90 cents each, and just buy a bunch of them, and you actually end up saving money in the end. I bought enough to do 3 transmissions, because I have 3 transmissions, and so you get 3 and 1. I'm losing them all. You get 3. There's your 3, and then there's your 8mm. That's 1 transmission. So buying 3 sets, and I think he threw 1 more in just to make it, ends up after so many it's discounted, and you actually, the whole bill is a lot cheaper. So that's what I'm doing today. Alright, so these two are pretty much clean. I'm going to work on this upper part. Seems to me like the plugs that came with these transmissions were some sort of plastic material, and there's just nothing left of them. So I'm just kind of scraping it out. That's kind of what's left in there. Now it said that there was like a spring and there's spring and a ball bearing in here, but there's no sign of any of that right now. So maybe that's, I'm thinking in like a different location. These are Detent plugs. So clean it out, and I'm just gonna spray some brake cleaner in there, and then I'm gonna Loctite in some new ones. Bring you back. Alright, there's nothing too special about this. You clean it out, you sprayed it out. I sprayed it with brake cleaner, and Put a little Loctite on it. And we'll just pop that in there. I gotta get a hammer. Alright, I got my hammer. The only thing I was a little nervous about, I don't know if you guys can see this. Here's the 3 plugs. And there's a spring and a ball. But when I pulled those plugs out of there, there was no sign of that in there. So I don't know. And there's nothing inside that the spring would be doing, like pushing against. Like if you go in and out of gears, and there's nothing in there to push on the spring. So I think I'm just gonna go with it here. We're just plugging up. Basically, it's just plug. Yeah, there was no sign of a spring in there. I'm gonna leave it a little loose. I don't know. I guess not loose, but I just hope I don't have to pull it back out. It's gonna be a little tough. Anyway, that's it. You do 3 of those. The other one, the 8mm one, there's a stud in the way, so I might do that at a later date. I can't get to that one. All right, so I'm back. I'm sorry if there's a glare, but you can't help. You can't do anything about nature out in the outdoor garage. Okay, so I got 1 plug in already. I had to do a little research. There's a on the Samba. There's a thread about, or there's a couple threads about this, and you know, some people are saying, oh, fill it with silicone and this and that. Well, I ended up getting the correct plugs, and that there's a photo on there, and it kind of shows. It shows a spring and a detent, like a ball bearing, but it's kind of, I guess it's kind of misleading. It looks like you put the spring and the ball in there and then the plug, but the spring and the ball are somewhere else in the transmission, basically. So once you're fine just plugging this up. So a little brake cleaner soaking in there, swab it around. Nothing special here. Okay, let's see. Looks pretty clean. I don't see any I'm just doing 1 hole at a time. Another plug. Nice. I like that fit. That's real nice.